Hey, Kevin and Courtney out here, 4508 Gray Oaks. Just want to show you the neighborhood real quick. So it is kind of down here on this little court, so you're not going to have any through traffic. It is very quiet back here. Overall, there's not really anything that concerns me with the house. I mean, the roof looks great. You got architectural shingles. HVAC's 2019. It's got really nice curb appeal. My main concern for you guys is the backyard. It is very small, almost non-existent. Might need a little bit of repointing right there on the brick. All right, let's go in. You got a foyer as you enter here. It is pretty open to this kitchen. You're kind of entering right into the kitchen with this foyer. I thought that was a stress crack there, but it is just a pencil mark. A little powder room. A little crown molding in there. And you kind of enter into the living room over here. It is nice and open. You got two gas tanks out back for the fireplace. Yeah, lots of little stuff on this one. It's just, you know, drywall. Gonna need some paint right here. I mean, overall, I haven't seen anything structural or anything that would worry me about the home. Like I said, I'm just more concerned about location and backyard for you guys. So this is kind of the dining area. Got a little tray ceiling there. It is a beautiful kitchen. A little bit of a funky layout with this kitchen. You would have to get a refrigerator. You got water right here for cooking. Definitely a premium feature. Yeah, kind of a funky little layout with this kitchen because these counters, you got tons of cabinet space, extra counter space over here. To me, it would probably make more sense to have this table over there in the corner as a little breakfast nook. That could be a little coffee bar. You know, keep that separate from your main kitchen here. KitchenAid, microwave and oven. I do really like these counters. A little bit of grout needed on this tile. It's an easy fix. Then you kind of got an empty space over here. I mean, that could be built out with shelves and, you know, have more storage. But yeah, no lack of storage in this kitchen. Nice cabinets. Got the soft close on there. All right. Before we show you the sunroom out there, we're gonna go see the other bedrooms. A little coat closet. You kind of got two corridors here. You got the master down that way, the other two bedrooms over there. So we'll start with the primary. You got an attic access right there as you enter. Nice tall ceilings in here. Good sized room. I think you could put a bed right here and have room for side tables or do it on this wall. Kind of either way. right into the primary bath. Got the dual vanities there. Little water closet over here. This is just a soak-in tub. It's not a jacuzzi tub, which I actually prefer. I think I told you most of the jacuzzis I sell these days have issues. Nice big shower, 2 shower heads. Groundwork could use a little cleanup. But not too bad. I do like this light here too, or window, letting in some extra light. Not quite sure what that is. Just wanted to point it out to you. Some sort of little defect. And this is the walk-in closet. Nice big walk-in closet. You kind of got room for hers and his. Built-in shoe racks or for clothes. A little bit of scuffing in here. They probably had some stuff stored in here that scraped up the walls a little bit. The carpet looks good in here. Wood shelves look good. A couple little nail pops, looks like right there. Yeah, a couple little things, you know, nothing worrisome. That was the coat closet. Now we're into the second wing here. This is gonna be the shared bath. You got a single vanity here. Fiberglass tub. Little bidet built in. So yeah, not too much to write home about. You know, this is probably a bathroom you might want to remodel in a couple of years, kind of bring it up to modern times, but definitely functional for now. The second bedroom. This is a nice big bedroom. It's a lot larger than some of the second bedrooms that I show. Got a little standard closet here. A couple little scuff marks on the walls. Yeah, you got crown molding in here, ceiling fan. Nice room. Carpet looks good. And this one's very similar. I'd say it's about the same size. This one you do have a lot of nail holes in the wall. We need some patching and paint. They're kind of all over. This must have been an office space. Yeah, there's probably 20 or 30 nail holes in the wall. So this room needs some paint. Got a little closet here. A little scuffed up from storage. Yeah, not too bad. There is a hole here in the wall. It looks like a Ethernet cable. Probably the hookup for the Ethernet. They do have another one over here too. Like I said, I just like to point out the good and the bad. So this is kind of the washroom. You have no washer dryer here, so you guys would be responsible for that. A little scuffed up. And this enters into the garage. Good sized 2-car garage. You actually have enough room on the side for a trash can. Sometimes they're so tight to that garage door, it's hard to even imagine putting 2 cars in. They do have a refrigerator out here, so you could potentially move this one into the house if you were happy with it. Little beat up. You'll see this, they do have a generator outside. Yeah, overall pretty clean. I mean, it's a garage. You got some cobwebs. I mean, you could use a little bit of paint if you want it to be perfect. They have all these build-ins. And I noticed they have some extra construction materials in here. There's some tile, cabinet, some more cabinet stuff, paint. Got a little wash sink over there as well. That's where the water heater is. I tried to pull a date off of this, but I did not see one on here. So I may have to do a little bit of digging to find out the age of this. It looks to be fairly new, good condition. Some sort of timer up there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the garage. While we're in here, I'm just gonna pop up into this attic real quick and see what I can find. Okay, you got a bunch of ductwork, ear handler back over there. That's your main duct line right there. And you can see it's kind of distributing all throughout the house. Might be able to see a little bit better. Plenty of insulation up here. A little bit of storage. I would assume there's more storage on top of the garage, but it's nice and dry up here. All right, let's go check out the sunroom. Again, you got lots of cabinet space in here. I don't think you'd have any issue with storage. Okay, this is the sunroom, Carolina room, whatever you'd like to call it. Be great for plants. And you can kind of already see the backyard situation. There's not much to it. Now, I would assume the lot does go a little bit further, but I would have to verify that. Yeah, cute little sunroom. Be nice to have some patio furniture out here. Great space for entertaining. Connected right to the kitchen and dining room. All right, back outside. And you can see the neighbor's fence there goes back a little bit further into the woods compared to this one. Yeah, as you come down, you got a do-it-yourself paver job here. This could be tightened up a little bit. That obviously leads back out to the front. Yep, so this is pretty much the extent of the backyard right now. Bunch of native species back here. There's your two propane gas Tanks. Generator over there. As you can see, this door is a little unique for the crawl space entry. And kind of similar to the attic. I mean, it's nice and clean. They do have a vapor barrier. And there's a little bit of dirt on top. I mean, if you look back over there, there's a couple pieces of insulation that have fallen down. Would definitely want to get those tucked back up. You can see one right there falling. Kind of a little pile over here too. So typically when the inspector finds that, his recommendation is either just new insulation or put the old insulation back up. And there's these little, I don't know if you can see them, little metal things you can buy at Lowe's that holds it up in there. Yeah, overall nice crawl space. Needs a little insulation work. And you can see that cinder block foundation with the brick facade next to it. There's the gas line. It's coming into the generator. Generac Guardian 22 kilowatt. I'm assuming this would power the whole house. I don't think you'd have any issues with that amount of power, but it might be something to verify. Yeah, overall, Kevin, I don't have too much negative to say about the home. You know, it's just more of if the layout and that backyard would work for you and Courtney. 2019 Train. And there's the Generac box. Yeah, overall, all the landscaping's nice. The house is well maintained. I did see this little spot right here. Looks like they probably had a light up here at some point and maybe just covered it up. Yeah, overall solid home. I did want to show you this. That window. Looks like some of those dividers are kind of coming down. I can't imagine it was made that way. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Let me know if you have any other questions and talk to you soon. Thank you.